and welcome to Fulton County Library Presents the Library Access. I'm your host, Brianna Botsford. February was an exciting and inspiring month across our libraries, filled with engaging conversations, meaningful partnerships, and community-centered events. Today, we're taking a look back at some of February's highlights and sharing what's coming up in March. The Central Library had an exciting month as we proudly welcomed two talented authors, Kenan Thompson and Deborah Roberts, who shared their inspiring written works with us in two separate events. Over at the South Fulton Library, they celebrated their first ever Literacy Festival, an event brought to the community and to honor and share the love of reading. It was a fantastic day filled with engaging activities and the joy of storytelling. February was also American Heart Month, and we're thrilled to highlight our heartfelt partnership with the American Heart Association through our initiative, Libraries with Heart. Together, we're promoting health and wellness in our community. Let's continue to spread the love for both reading and our heart health. At Central Library, we welcomed two incredible authors in two different events that brought readers face to face with powerful voices and storytelling. Audience members were treated to a truly memorable evening featuring the talented Kenan Thompson, who, alongside an engaging moderator, Monica Pearson. They led a vibrant discussion brimming with humor, insightful commentary, and behind-the-scene anecdotes. During this lively exchange, Kenan introduced his newest children's book, Unfunny Bunny, which delighted attendees with his creative insights.
I always wanted to do, a kid's book. I've seen a lot of great ones over the years, and I wanted to put my hand in it. I've done a lot of good family-friendly kind of projects over the years, and, writing a kid's book seemed like a logical kind of next step. It's called Unfunny Bunny. We were looking for clever titles and landed on that, and then kind of wrote it from there. It's about a kid that goes to school on their first day and is excited to tell their first kind of joke kind of thing, and it doesn't go well. And then, they have to learn kind of how to make their creativity a little more palatable, I guess, to everybody else. It's definitely a story about resilience, Bunny could have easily told the first joke and it flopped and he could have ran away from it, but he didn't. And, a friend came along, the little hedgehog that's in the book, and encouraged him to continue to try again. Sometimes you do need a companion or a collaborator, if you will, to kind of help you, navigate, your sense of humor, or if what you're saying is relatable to other people kind of thing, as opposed to just being in your own mind. But I hope they take away lessons of friendship and the lessons of try again, and don't be scared to put yourself out there, even in the beginning, if it's something that it's not the normal thing that everybody else is kind of doing, just be brave enough to be yourself. My mom definitely always has a hand in anything I'm doing in Atlanta. I want to come home and, do an event, but I didn't want to do a venue that doesn't reflect what we're doing here. I didn't want to do a theater or anything like that. This is about the book, basically, and it's about kids having fun and, enjoying reading and all that kind of initiative stuff. So what better place than the library, Fulton County? A library I personally grew up in as well. I remember just coming downtown in general in Atlanta, it's the heartbeat of the city. It's right in the middle of everything, and everybody kind of lives around it, basically. So coming downtown always made you feel like you were doing something with your life kind of thing. You were trying to strive for bigger and better things than just being in a neighborhood. I think libraries and reading in general is important because knowledge is power, and that's the biggest basis, I think, is through the books. If you can develop, a passion and a love for reading, the earlier the better. It can only be beneficial. I don't know if I've ever met an unsuccessful, well-read person, Shout out to the A always, It was definitely good, kind of breeding grounds for, me, the adult me. I'm very proud to be from here. Still very proud of the city. Friends and family are here and stuff like that, so it's nice to see everybody continuing to grow and thrive and just be happy, It's so hard to come by these days, so it's nice to have a city that kind of supports that with as many outlets and things to do that there are here, but also the culture that's here, is very rich and very community kind of driven. I feel like you'll be set on a positive kind of a path, which is important, especially for these young kids today. They need to lean on the positive as opposed to, what may or may not seem cool, if you will. Yeah, it's all about, try again, but don't be, afraid to put yourself out there in an expressive kind of a manner. You never know. If that's your calling, then you should probably just follow it and not be afraid of it.
But he finds a friend in his classroom,
Yes.
but he was a little intimidated at first about making friends. This
Yeah.
is about friendships too.
Absolutely. And it's about, like I said, once again, like just being open, being open to a friend to come into your life like that, and not just being, all turtle shelly in your life. I'm a bit introverted myself.
Do you believe that?
Yeah, a little bit. But I'm definitely, open to help, from the universe. You can't just do everything by yourself. I know all y'all parents know you lean on your village.
In another inspiring event, we welcome Deborah Roberts for enlightening conversation skillfully moderated by Rose Scott of WABE Atlanta. This conversation not only held audience's attention, but also celebrated the profound themes of sisterhood and the shared experiences that connect all of us, leaving a lasting impact on everyone in attendance.
This was a fabulous night being at the Central Library, seeing all these folks who came out on a Friday night, nonetheless, to celebrate not only sisterhood, but just the idea of reading and books, and to just think about what it means to have great connections with one another. Because at the end of the day, that's what sisterhood is all about. It's about connections. It's about loyalty and friendship and kindness and all of those things that I heard some of the folks talk about here today. I remember having my library card. I remember having overdue books. I remember getting into trouble for that. I remember being in the corner of the library and just finding books and sort of getting lost in them. Ramona the Pest and all of those books that sort of grabbed my attention early on. I just remember the library being a place of comfort, of joy, fun, and also in the Deep South, it had air conditioning and it was cool in the summer. So I loved going in there and spending time reading books and cooling off at the library. Thank you all so much to everybody who has come out, who supported this book, who likes reading, who finds it important to pick up a book and also maybe to share a book. So I'm so grateful to be a part of this big writing community, author community, and go pick up A Sister's Loved and Treasured. It's a great book. I would ask each one of them to, in a word or two, what does sisterhood mean to you? Or describe your sister, what it is to have a sister in your life. And Octavia Spencer said, it's like having a pride of lionesses at your back. Someone else said, it's like having a soft place to land. Somebody said, it's like having a built-in best friend. Somebody said, it's like, your fiercest critic, but also, your best protector, those kinds of things. So they had all kinds of descriptions of each other.
Were there sisters who had maybe been apart for a long time or maybe not even spoken to each other for a while, and this was kind of a cathartic
a
for them as
unifying
well?
thing? I think that there were some who had struggles, maybe not completely estranged, but didn't really speak to each other as much as they should. We all have busy lives. You grow up, you have children, you have families. You sometimes live in different cities, and you just sort of drifted apart. And I did have sisters who felt that they sort of reconnected a little bit. They wound up, how often do you sit around talking with family members about that time when this happened, other than just at family reunions when they're funny stories, but how often do you really talk about the essence of who you are, how I feel about you, or what you have done for me, or how I've got your back, even though I don't always agree with you and you kind of tick me off a lot, but I've got your back if something happens.
If you weren't able to make it out to the events, don't worry, we have both of the author talks available to view at any time on our YouTube page. Just search for Fulco Library. The Gladys Denard Library in South Fulton hosted its very first literacy festival, a vibrant event designed to encourage reading for all ages. Families, educators, and book lovers explored resources, met authors, and enjoyed programs that support lifelong learning. The festival showcased just how powerful literacy can be in strengthening communities.
Yay, everybody. We are here today at the library, and we are excited to announce our Literacy Festival. What a great event this is. Young authors, storytellers, crafts, bingo, fun, lots of things to do and partake in. So we believe that your words can take you anywhere. And as we teach and train young leaders, young scholars, that their words and their imagination can take them to places that they never dreamed of, it starts them to dreaming. So the Youth Council has been doing literacy festivals for years now because we believe in what we call readership. So that means you can't lead if you can't read. And in order to have our next generation lead, they must become readers. So we then started this, I guess you would say, this trajectory towards building a platform of love for reading and literacy. And so for years we've been doing it. And this year we decided to partner with Denard Library. And we are excited because Teen Council is amazing and they're working great with the Youth Council, and we believe in the village, and collectively we're going to change the narrative and draft a socioeconomic landscape that will be amazing, all based on literacy. I want to encourage everybody to get back in their library in your community. Get back in your library. It is the hub of imagination. Please get your library card. Please become members, volunteer, all these cool things, right? And then secondarily, I want to talk to parents and guardians. Start reading to your children like never before. Take them on a whirlwind of imagination through literacy. And I guarantee you, we will end up in places that will be extraordinary and amazing. Because remember, your words can take you anywhere.
I am here today at the Literacy Festival here in Fulton County as the keynote speaker. Today I gave words of wisdom to our young authors, aspiring authors, to tell them that your words can take you anywhere. No matter how young you are, no matter what your background is, or whatever it is that you're facing in your environment, your word, your stories matter. It is important for me to be here because I need to meet young readers and young authors where they are. They need to see and hear voices like mine to be able to share their stories and know that they have stories, they have talents, and that it can be anywhere and they can share those with people and helping other people share their stories. And so it's really exciting to be here to connect with the students here in Fulton County and the library comers so that they can learn more about what I do, and with that encourage them or empower their voices to be just as big as I am. To every kid out there watching, never give up on yourself, never lose hope, never shy away from telling your story, because your story, your voice, it matters. And always remember, your words can take you anywhere.
It's so great to see communities come together to bring the love of literacy to life. To learn more about literacy programs and partnerships, visit fulcalibrary.org. February was American Heart Month, the perfect reminder to prioritize your well-being. Through our partnership with the American Heart Association, branches offer heart health resources and testing opportunities to help keep our community informed and healthy.
The Libraries at Heart initiative is a collaboration between the Fulton County Library System and the American Heart Association to meet people where they are. 1 in 3 Atlantans have hypertension, and so the goal is to ensure that everyone in Fulton County has the resources they need to measure and track their blood pressure. So it's very important that we check our blood pressure, especially if you have already been diagnosed with hypertension. Checking your blood pressure daily is very important. If you do not already have a hypertension diagnosis, it is important to know your numbers, because hypertension is known as the silent killer. It can increase your risk for heart disease, stroke. It can even cause blindness if your blood pressure is not well regulated. And so not just having hypertension is the problem, but all of the risks that it can cause if your blood pressure is not being treated and monitored properly. Starting May 20th, 13 libraries in the Fulton County system will have 2 kits that you can check out, 1 in English and 1 in Spanish. If you have a Fulton County library card, you can check out the kits and use them for a 2-week period. During that time, you can measure your blood pressure as many times as you need to. The kits will have logs where you can record your blood pressure. After the 2 weeks, you return the kits like you would any other Fulton County book or resource, and then you can check it out again if you need to. Or at the libraries, there'll be stations set up where you can monitor your blood pressure anytime that the libraries are open. So you can check out or utilize the stations that will be at the 13 libraries. It is fairly simple to use the devices. However, within all of the kits, there are resources and instructions on how to accurately measure your blood pressure, as well as videos that you can watch, which will demonstrate how to check your blood pressure. All of that information will be in the kits that you can check out from the library. So once you check out the kit, there will be no fees. There will be no late fees generated. And so it is really a great resource that you can use. You cannot place a hold on the kits, but again, if you're not able to get a kit when you need one, all of the library systems, you will have the stations that you can come in and monitor your blood pressure. So once you check your blood pressure, the device will tell you your reading. So your reading is 2 numbers, so your systolic and your diastolic. So the number at the top and the number at the bottom. Within each kit, there will be a color-coded page where it will have the various blood pressure ranges, so normal to extremely high, dangerous. Within the kits, it will tell you what to do based on the readings that you receive. There is also a page with medical and health resources that you can scan a QR code or go to a short web link to find a healthcare provider near you if your blood pressure is in that range where you may need medical attention. The main thing that you should do if your blood pressure is in that critical range is call 911. That is the first thing that you should do if your blood pressure is in that critical range at the bottom of the color-coded page.
The Fulton County Library System is very excited about our partnership with the American Heart Association. It is a win-win for both organizations. We are so happy to be able to provide this service to our communities in need, and as far as heart health awareness and blood pressure checks. This blood pressure cuff program will be a very wonderful program, giving everyone free access to these devices, which they will be allowed to check out and also to use in-house. So this has been a program that we've been working on for a year, and it is very exciting to see it come into fruition. And we're looking forward to our patrons being able to utilize these devices, and hopefully we'll save a life in the meanwhile. Initially, we're going to start off the program with 13 branches. Those branches were chosen based on statistical information provided by the American Heart Association for areas, communities that are most in need as far as heart issues, blood pressure concerns, and things of that nature. So we will be starting off with 13 branches, and then we will roll out our additional remaining branches along the way within the year, due to a very nice grant awarded to us by the American Heart Association. So we will eventually end up with 34 branches having these 3 kits. The 3 kits will be, one will be in English, one will be in Spanish, and one will be Spanish and English bilingual that will stay in-house for our patrons to use as well. There will be a 14-day checkout period. And they will also be available, like I stated, in-house for people to use at any time for free. So please just come visit one of our libraries, and we will have all information pertaining to those initial 13 sites on our website at fulcolibrary.org.
The Year of the Book campaign is a year-long celebration of reading and all the ways books enrich our lives. Stories have the power to connect us, inspire big ideas, and help us see the world and each other through fresh eyes. Throughout 2026, Fulco Library will place books at the center of everything we do, highlighting reading as the heart of library service and inviting the entire community to take part. Each month brings a shared theme that readers across Fulton County can explore together. You'll find opportunities to engage, create, and connect at every library location, whether you're stopping by for a program, picking up your next great read, or joining an activity. There are plenty of fun and flexible ways to get involved in the Year of the Book, including taking part in reading challenges through Beanstack Reading, specially selected titles that bring each month's theme to life. Joining in creative and interactive activities throughout the year. Attending special Year of the Book programs hosted at every library branch. To make Year of the Book even more special, we're rolling out not 1, but 2 brand new mascots. Meet Dewey and Desi. These two book-loving buddies will be our official ambassadors for Year of the Book, popping up to share stories, spark curiosity, and spread the joy of reading wherever they go. The adventure is just getting started. No matter how you like to read or how often, you're invited to be part of the celebration. Visit fulcolibrary.org/YOTB to start your Year of the Book journey and discover what's waiting on the next page.
If you'd like to stay up to date on everything happening across the Fulton County Library system, be sure to subscribe to our bi-weekly e-newsletter. You'll receive updates on upcoming events, new materials, staff-recommended book list, program highlights, and more. Visit fulcolibrary.org to subscribe today. Thank you for watching Library Access presented by the Fulton County Library System. Be sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at Fulco Library, and visit us online at fulcolibrary.org. I'm your host, Brianna Botsford, and I'll see you next time on Library Access.